Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday, man, but I'm glad some news has came out about this because a lot of you guys are coming to the channel and you're asking me about it, and I really have no idea, man, until we hear from the WBA officially to hear what they're going to do with this. Right here, this is just some news. Eddie Hearn is saying that Luis Ortiz could remain as Joshua's WBA mandatory. We know that the fight with Wilder and Ortiz is off. No need to really go through that. We know he's fighting Hearn. I don't know, man. If you guys haven't seen this, I'll leave this article in the comment section for you guys, man. But we know what all happened. My thing is just, why didn't Ortiz and his team, tell Vada that he was taking high blood pressure meds? Why didn't they just inform him? You know what I mean? It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? That's Ortiz's mistake for not doing it. Then I heard something about was it they don't think that he's fit to fight. He's unfit to fight. So I don't know, man. But I would still like to see Ortiz in the mix. As far as this drug thing, these things are so complicated, man, because you got half the fans saying it's a conspiracy theory, then you got half the fans saying that it's a masking agent, which Vada has the stuff that he tested positive for, whatever's in his high blood pressure meds. They have those substances on their list as masking agents. Yeah, right here it says the substances are on the World Anti-Doping Agency's ban list as masking agents, but Ortiz's team have claimed the failed test was because of his medication for high blood pressure. All right. The facts are he's not fighting Wilder right now. You know, November 4th, that's what we want to see, November 4th. Whatever's going to happen in 2018, let's just sit back and wait for it to happen. But if he, let me just read what Hearn had to say really quick. Hearn says, I don't know what's happening. WBC say they won't sanction the fight. Ortiz, Loss, or Lot say they are about to be cleared. The WBA have to rule on their position. They might have to install him as the mandatory. So, again, we can sit here and speculate all we want about what's going to happen, but we really won't know until the WBA gives their official word. And just because, the WBC decided to do this doesn't necessarily mean that the WBA will take the same road that the WBC did. All right, so we'll sit back and see, man. What is it talking about here? And B samples and all that. I mean, he should have just told them what he was on. I mean, they give you the paperwork. You're supposed to fill it out thoroughly. And, they're professionals. They know what to do, man, especially being with his past from the Latif Coyote fight. You would think they would be all over this type of paperwork, making sure that anything that they suspect, I don't care if it's Diet Mountain Dew, anything that they think that would, they should be filling it out, putting it on there. I know I was being extreme with the Diet Mountain Dew thing, but you guys know what I'm saying. Especially if you had a past of being popped or busted, whatever you want to say, for having drugs in your system. You know what I mean? Ortiz is a fighter that I really like. You guys been following me. You know I was super amped up for this Wilder versus Ortiz fight, man. I made about 10 videos within the first few days of the fight being made, talking about the styles, and got super excited about it, man, and now we're not getting it. But I'm glad that Hearn, at least according to this article, he isn't saying anything about not wanting to fight Ortiz if he is the mandatory. So I'm glad he's not taking that route. And if he is, if the WBA, if they do put him as the mandatory or keep him, however you want to put it, I would want Hearn to keep the same schedule that he was going to have that he said before the Wilder-Ortiz fight was made, and that was to fight Pulev, then Ortiz, and then Wilder. Everything take place in 2018. I would still love for that to be Joshua's schedule if he wins. That's one thing too, man. I was talking to somebody in the comment section about this. A lot of us fans, we're just looking past mandatories, Pulevs, Hearn, you know what I mean? We're just looking past everybody to other fights. So these dudes got to win their mandatory fights, you know what I mean? So one by one, Joshua has to beat Pulev. And then going into 2018, I guess we'll sit back and wait for however long this takes for the WBA to decide what it is they want to do. If they put him as the mandatory, I'm okay with that schedule. Pulev, Ortiz, then Wilder. As long as it's 2018, fingers crossed no injuries happen, so on and so forth. But these, Pulev and Ortiz not give me fights. I know on paper we can say he'll knock him out, or we think the guy's scared, or the guy, we can say what we want. Guy's old, guy's this, but still got to get in there and do it, man. So, yeah, that's the latest on this, man. I'm trying to see anything else here. I really like Luis Ortiz too, man. I really do. But yeah, man, his team should have, you know, they should have let Vada know what was going on. It says here, but he did not have a therapeutic use exemption for the test and procedure. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me think in the comment section. I'm out.